During Barack Obama's campaign for president in 2008, throughout his presidency, and afterwards, a number of conspiracy theories were circulated, falsely asserting that Obama was ineligible to be President of the United States on the basis that he was not a natural-born citizen of the United States within the requirement of Article 2 of the U.S. Constitution. Theories alleged that Obama's published birth certificate was a forgery, that his actual birthplace was not Hawaii but Kenya. Other theories alleged that Obama became a citizen of Indonesia in childhood, thereby losing his U.S. citizenship. Still others claimed that Obama was not a natural-born U.S. citizen because he was born a dual citizen, British and American. A number of political commentators have characterized these various claims as a racist reaction to Obama's status as the first African American president of the United States. These claims were promoted by fringe theorists, pejoratively referred to as birthers, some of whom sought court rulings either to declare Obama ineligible to take office, or granting access to various documents which they claimed would evidence such ineligibility. None of these efforts were successful. Some political opponents, especially in the Republican Party, have expressed skepticism about Obama's citizenship or been unwilling to acknowledge it. Some have proposed legislation which would require presidential candidates to provide proof of eligibility. Expressed belief in such theories has persisted despite Obama's pre-election release of his official Hawaiian birth certificate in 2008, confirmation by the Hawaii Department of Health based on the original documents, the April 2011 release of a certified copy of Obama's original certificate of live birth, or long-form birth certificate, and contemporaneous birth announcements published in Hawaii newspapers. Polls conducted in 2010, before the April 2011 release, suggested that at least 25% of adult Americans said that they doubted Obama's U.S. birth, and subsequently a May 2011 Gallup poll found that the percentage had fallen to 13% of American adults, 23% of Republicans, who continued to express such doubts. This plummeting percentage of doubters has been attributed to President Obama's release of the long form in April 2011. Background: Early life of Barack Obama. People who express doubts about Obama's eligibility or reject details about his early life are often informally called birthers, a term that parallels the nickname truthers for adherents of 9/11's conspiracy theories. These conspiracy theorists reject at least some of the following facts about his early life. Barack Obama was born on August 4, 1961, at Kapiolani Maternity and Gynecological Hospital, now called Kapiolani Medical Center for Women and Children, in Honolulu, Hawaii, to Ann Dunham, from Wichita, Kansas, and her husband Barack Obama Sr., a Luo from Nyang'o-Makoglo, Nyanza Province, in what was then the colony and protectorate of Kenya, who was attending the University of Hawaii. Birth notices for Barack Obama were published in the Honolulu Advertiser on August 13 and the Honolulu Star Bulletin on August 14, 1961. Obama's father's immigration file also clearly states Barack Obama was born in Hawaii. One of his high school teachers, who was acquainted with his mother at the time, remembered hearing about the day of his birth. Obama's parents were divorced in 1964. He attended kindergarten in 1966–1967 at Noelani Elementary School in Honolulu. In 1967, his mother married Indonesian student Lolo Soetoro, who was also attending the University of Hawaii, and the family moved to Jakarta, Indonesia, where Obama attended the Catholic St. Francis of Assisi School before transferring to State Elementary School Mentong 01, an elite Indonesian public school in Mentong. As a child in Indonesia, Obama was called Barry, sometimes Barry Soetoro, reflecting his stepfather's surname, and sometimes Barry Obama, using his father's surname. When he was 10 years old, Obama returned to Honolulu to live with his maternal grandparents, Madeline and Stanley Dunham, and has resided continuously in the United States since 1971. Origins of the claims. Conspiracy theories about Obama's religion appeared at least as early as his 2004 U.S. Senate campaign in a press release by Illinois political candidate Andy Martin, and, according to a Los Angeles Times editorial, as internet rumors. These rumors about his religion expanded into his values, cultural, and national loyalty, and, by 2008, into conspiracy theories about his citizenship. From the start of March 2008, rumors that Obama was born in Kenya before being flown to Hawaii were spread on conservative websites, with the suggestion that this would disqualify Obama from the presidency. In April of that year, anonymous emails from supporters of Hillary Clinton repeated the same rumor, including a Clinton Iowa campaign worker, who was fired for sending the email. These and numerous other chain emails during the subsequent presidential election circulated false rumors about Obama's origin, religion, and birth certificate. On June 9, 2008, Jim Garotti of the conservative website National Review Online suggested that Obama release his birth certificate. Garotti wrote that releasing his birth certificate could debunk several false rumors circulating on the Internet, namely, that his middle name was originally Muhammad rather than Hussein, that his mother had originally named him Barry rather than Barack, and that Barack Obama Sr. was not his biological father, as well as the rumor that Barack Obama was not a natural-born citizen. In August 2008, Philip J. Berg, a former member of the Democratic State Committee of Pennsylvania, brought an unsuccessful lawsuit against Obama, which alleged that Obama was born in Mombasa, Kenya. In October 2008, an NPR article referred to Kenyan-born Senator Barack Obama. Also that month, anonymous emails circulated claiming that the Associated Press, AP, had reported Obama was Kenyan-born. The claims were based on an AP story that had appeared 5 years earlier in a Kenyan publication, The Standard. The rumor-checking website Snopes.com found that the headline and lead-in sentence describing Obama as born in Kenya and misspelling his first name had been added by the Kenyan newspaper, and did not appear in the story issued by the AP or in any other contemporary newspaper that picked up the AP story. In 2012, Breitbart.com published a copy of a promotional booklet that Obama's literary agency, Acton and Distel, printed in 1991, and later posted to their website, in a biography in place until April 2007, which misidentified Obama's birthplace and states that Obama was born in Kenya and raised in Indonesia and Hawaii. When this was posted by Breitbart, the booklet's editor said that this incorrect information had been her mistake, not based on anything provided to her agency by Obama. Release of the birth certificates. Short form, 2008. On June 12, 2008, Obama's campaign responded to the rumors by posting an image of Obama's birth certificate on the Fight the Smears website. The image is a scan of a laser-printed document obtained from and certified by the Hawaii Department of Health on June 6, 2007. It is a certification of live birth, sometimes referred to as a short-form birth certificate, and contains less information than the longer Certificate of Live Birth, which Hawaii no longer issues. Asked about this, Hawaiian Department of Health spokeswoman Janice Okubo explained that Hawaii stopped issuing the longer certificate in 2001 when their birth records were put into electronic files for consistent reporting, and therefore Hawaii does not have a short-form or long-form certificate. A record of live birth, partially handwritten and partially typed, was created and submitted in 1961 when Obama was born, and is located in a bound volume in a file cabinet on the first floor of the State Department of Health. The document was used to create the state's electronic records, and has been examined by state officials multiple times since the controversy began. In releasing the certificate, the Obama website declared that the rumors aren't actually about that piece of paper, they're about manipulating people into thinking Barack is not an American citizen. The campaign also provided the Daily Kos blog with a copy of the document. Referring to this release, National Review columnist Jim Garotti wrote on June 12, 2008. This document is what he or someone authorized by him was given by the state out of its records. Barring some vast conspiracy within the Hawaii State Department of Health, there is no reason to think his birth certificate would have any different data. Frequent arguments of those questioning Obama's eligibility related to the fact that he did not originally release a copy of his original or long-form birth certificate, but rather a short-form version that did not include all of the information given on 1961 Hawaii-issued birth certificates. It was claimed that the use of the term certification of live birth on the first document means it is not equivalent to a birth certificate. These arguments have been debunked numerous times by media investigations, every judicial forum that has addressed the matter, and Hawaiian government officials, among whom a consensus has been reached that the document released by the Obama campaign is indeed his official birth certificate. The director of the State Department of Human Health confirmed that the state has Senator Obama's original birth certificate on record in accordance with state policies and procedures. The short form is prima facie evidence of the fact of birth in any court proceeding. Rejection by conspiracy theorists. The release of the certificate in 2008 resulted in a fresh round of questions. It was asserted that the certificate had been digitally forged with Adobe Photoshop and lacked a stamped seal of the state, which led them to demand that Obama release his original 1961 birth certificate. Jerome Corsi, author of the book The Obama Nation, Leftist Politics and the Cult of Personality, told Fox News that the campaign has a false, fake birth certificate posted on their website. It's been shown to have watermarks from Photoshop. It's a fake document that's on the website right now, and the original birth certificate the campaign refuses to produce. This view was rejected by factcheck.org, which viewed the Obama campaign's hard copy of the certification of live birth and reported that factcheck.org staffers have now seen, touched, examined, and photographed the original birth certificate. We conclude that it meets all of the requirements from the State Department for proving U.S. citizenship. Claims that the document lacks a raised seal or a signature are false. We have posted high-resolution photographs of the document as supporting documents to this article. Our conclusion: Obama was born in the USA just as he has always said. Hawaii Department of Health response. The director of Hawaii's Department of Health, Chiom Fukino, issued a statement confirming that the state held Obama's original birth certificate on record in accordance with state policies and procedures. Noting there have been numerous requests for Senator Barack Hussein Obama's official birth certificate, Fukino explained that the department was prohibited by state law from releasing it to persons who do not have a tangible interest in the vital record. She stated, "No state official, including Governor Linda Lingle, has ever instructed that this vital record be handled in a manner different from any other vital record in the possession of the state of Hawaii." According to the website TV Newser, CNN's researchers stated in 2009 that the original birth certificate no longer existed, as Hawaii discarded all paper birth records in 2001, and the certification of live birth was the official copy. Contradicting this report, Janice Okubo, Public Information Officer for the Hawaii DOE, said, "We don't destroy vital records." The Health Department's director emphasized the assertion. Dr. Chiom Fukino, director of the Hawaii State Department of Health, have seen the original vital records maintained on file by the Hawaii State Department of Health verifying Barack Hussein Obama was born in Hawaii and is a natural-born American citizen. I have nothing further to add to this statement or my original statement issued in October 2008, over 8 months ago. Joshua Wish, a spokesman for the Hawaii Attorney General's office, stated in 2011 that the original long-form birth certificate described by Hawaiian officials as a record of live birth kept in the archives of the Hawaii Department of Health is a Department of Health record and it can't be released to anybody, including President Obama. Wish added that state law does not authorize photocopying such records. Longform, 2011. On April 22, 2011, Obama asked Loretta Fuddy, director of the Hawaii Department of Health, for certified copies of his original certificate of live birth, long-form birth certificate. Accompanying the letter was a written request from Judith Corley, Obama's personal counsel, requesting a waiver of the department's policy of issuing only computer-generated certificates. Corley stated that granting the waiver would relieve the department of the burden of repeated inquiries into the president's birth records. On April 25, 2011, Fuddy approved the request and witnessed the copying process as the health department's registrar issued the certified copies. The same day, Corley personally visited the department headquarters in Honolulu to pay the required fee on Obama's behalf, and received the 2 requested certified copies of the original birth certificate, an accompanying letter from Fuddy attesting to the authenticity of same, and a receipt for the processing fee. Fuddy said that she had granted the exception to its normal policy of issuing only computer-generated copies by virtue of Obama's status, in an effort to avoid ongoing requests for the birth certificate. On April 27, 2011, White House staffers gave reporters a copy of the certificate, and posted a PDF image of the certificate on the White House website. The certificate reconfirmed the information on the official short-form certificate released in 2008, and provided additional details such as the name of the hospital at which Obama was born. Rejection by conspiracy theorists. A claim put forth by the Drudge Report that the newly released document was a forgery made with image editing software quickly spread on the Internet. Nathan Golding, Chief Technology Officer of the National Review magazine, dismissed the matter of layered components found in the White House PDF by suggesting that whoever scanned the birth certificate in Hawaii forgot to turn off the OCR setting on the scanner. Nathan added, "I've confirmed that scanning an image, converting it to a PDF, optimizing that PDF, and then opening it up in Illustrator, does in fact create layers similar to what is seen in the birth certificate PDF. You can try it yourself at home." Showing papers. Goldie Taylor, a commentator for the African-American news site The Grio, characterized the demand that Obama provide his birth certificate as an equivalent of making him show his papers, as blacks were once required to do under Jim Crow laws. Sociologist Matthew W. Huey has cited many of the claims as evidence of racial othering of Obama against the conflation of the white Anglo-Saxon Protestant, WASP, subject as the ideal and authentic American citizen. False claims. Born in Kenya. Some opponents of Obama's presidential eligibility claim that he was born in Kenya and was therefore not born a United States citizen. Whether Obama having been born outside the U.S. would have invalidated his U.S. citizenship at birth is debated. Political commentator Andrew Malcolm, of the Los Angeles Times, wrote that Obama would still be eligible for the presidency, regardless of where he was born, because his mother was an American citizen, saying that Obama's mother could have been on Mars when We Barry emerged and he'd still be American. A contrary view is promoted by UCLA law professor Eugene Volokh, who has said that in the hypothetical scenario that Obama was born outside the U.S., he would not be a natural-born citizen, since the then applicable law would have required Obama's mother to have been in the U.S. at least 5 years after the age of 14, but Ann Dunham was 3 months shy of her 19th birthday when Obama was born. Obama's paternal step-grandmother's version of events. An incorrect but popularly reported claim is that his father's stepmother, Sarah Obama, told Anabaptist Bishop Ron McCray in a recorded transatlantic telephone conversation that she was present when Obama was born in Kenya. The McClatchy newspapers gave an explanation of how the story about Obama's step-grandmother began. The tape is cut off in the middle of the conversation, before the passage in which she clarifies her meaning. Obama was not born in Mombasa. He was born in America, the translator says after talking to the woman. Another response later says, Obama in Hawaii. Hawaii. She says he was born in Hawaii. Sarah Obama shed more light on the controversy in a 2007 interview with the Chicago Tribune. In the interview, Obama's paternal step-grandmother stated that 6 months after Barack Obama Sr. and Ann Dunham were married, she received a letter at her home in Kenya announcing the birth of Barack Obama II, who was born August 4, 1961. In a June 2012 interview at her Kenyan home, Sarah Obama was asked, "Some people want to believe that the president was born in Kenya. Have these people ever bothered you or asked for his birth certificate?" Her response was, "But Barack Obama wasn't born in Kenya." Fake Kenyan birth certificate. On August 2, 2009, Orly Tates released and attached to court documents a purported Kenyan birth certificate which she said, if authenticated and shown to be genuine, would significantly narrow and shorten the discovery and pre-trial litigation period in the Keys v. Bowen lawsuit, in which the plaintiffs asked for a judicial order that Obama provide documentation that he is a natural-born citizen of the United States. Legal papers submitted describe the document as an unauthenticated color photocopy of certified copy of registration of birth. The document was almost immediately revealed to be a forgery. It purports to have been issued by the Republic of Kenya, when in fact, such a state did not yet exist at the time of Obama's birth as indicated on the document. Kenya was a British colony until 1963. Subsequently, evidence was unearthed that the alleged Kenyan birth certificate was a modified version of a 1959 Australian birth certificate found on an online genealogy website. The Washington Independent website cited an anonymous blogger as having taken responsibility for the forgery and posting 4 photos substantiating his claim. Examples of actual 1961 Kenyan birth certificates have also been published, which look substantially different from the document Tates submitted to the court. Not born in Hawaii. Despite the existence of Obama's Hawaii certification of live birth, Terry Lakin's attorney, among others, have claimed that anyone, including foreign-born children, could acquire a Hawaiian certification of live birth, and so Obama's possession of such a certificate does not prove that he was born in Hawaii. However, the suggestion that this could have applied to Obama was rejected by Janice Okubo, Director of Communications for the Hawaii Department of Health. If you were born in Bali, for example, you could get a certificate from the state of Hawaii saying you were born in Bali. You could not get a certificate saying you were born in Honolulu. The state has to verify a fact like that for it to appear on the certificate. Another fact that refutes this specific claim is that the law allowing foreign-born children to obtain Hawaiian birth certificates did not exist until 20 years after Obama was born, while Obama's published birth certificate says his birth information was recorded 4 days after his birth in 1961, and explicitly states that he was born in Honolulu. Additionally, some people claim that the information in the birth certificate only has to be based on the testimony of one parent. On July 27, 2009, Fukino issued a statement explicitly stating she has seen the original vital records maintained on file by the Hawaii State Department of Health verifying Barack Hussein Obama was born in Hawaii and is a natural-born American citizen. Hawaiian Department of Health spokeswoman Janice Okubo elaborated on state policy for the release of vital records. If someone from Obama's campaign gave us permission in person and presented some kind of verification that he or she was Obama's designee, we could release the vital record. A hospital spokesperson at Kapiolani Medical Center for Women and Children has said that their standard procedure is to neither confirm nor deny Obama was born there, even though all the information out there says he was born at Kapiolani Hospital. citing federal privacy laws. In 1961, birth notices for Barack Obama were published in both the Honolulu Advertiser and the Honolulu Star Bulletin on August 13 and 14, 1961, respectively, listing the home address of Obama's parents as 6085 Kalanianaole Highway in Honolulu. On November 9, 2008, in response to the persistent rumors, the Advertiser posted on its website a screenshot of the announcement taken from its microfilmed archives. Such notices were sent to newspapers routinely by the Hawaii Department of Health. In an editorial published on July 29, 2009, the Star Bulletin pointed out that both newspapers' vital statistics columns are available on microfilm in the main state library. Were the State Department of Health and Obama's parents really in cahoots to give false information to the newspapers? The newspaper asked. Lost U.S. citizenship. It has been suggested that Obama obtained Indonesian citizenship, and thus may have lost U.S. citizenship, when he lived there as a child. As an attempt to prove that Obama was no longer a U.S. citizen, or held dual citizenship, some claim his 1981 trip to Pakistan took place at a time when there was supposedly a ban on United States passport holders entering that country, which would in turn have required him to use a non-U.S. passport. There was in fact no such ban. A New York Times article and U.S. State Department travel advisories from 1981 make it clear that travel to Pakistan by U.S. passport holders was legal at that time. An April Fool's Day hoax email circulated on the Internet starting in 2009. It falsely claimed that Obama applied to Occidental College under the name Barry Soetoro, claiming to be a foreign student from Indonesia in order to obtain a Fulbright scholarship, which does not exist for undergraduate students from Indonesia. Disputes over natural-born citizen requirements. Another theory of Obama's ineligibility is that, regardless of his place of birth, he does not meet the constitutional definition of a natural-born citizen. The 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution states, "All persons born or naturalized in the United States, and subject to the jurisdiction thereof, are citizens of the United States." According to law professor Gabriel J. Chin, there is agreement that natural-born citizens include those made citizens by birth under the 14th Amendment. Despite this agreement, two similar but distinct theories nonetheless contend Obama, although born in Hawaii, does not qualify as a natural-born citizen. Parental citizenship. Some campaigners, such as the Tennessee-based Liberty Legal Foundation, contend that in order for a person to be a natural-born citizen within the meaning of Article 2, Section 1, it is necessary that both parents be U.S. citizens at the time of that person's birth. Those who subscribe to this theory argue that since Obama's father was not a U.S. citizen, Obama could not have been a natural-born citizen, and is therefore ineligible to be President of the United States. The Liberty Legal Foundation has cited a passage in the decision on an 1875 voting rights case which came before the U.S. Supreme Court Minor v. Happersett, in which the court stated there was no doubt that all children born in a country of parents who were its citizens were natural-born citizens. Dual citizenship. Others, including New Jersey attorney Leo Donofrio, have falsely claimed that a person cannot be a natural-born citizen if he is a dual citizen at birth. Those who subscribe to this theory argue that because Obama's father held citizenship of the UK and colonies, and not U.S. citizenship, at the time Obama was born a dual citizen and therefore was not a natural-born citizen. In August 2008, the Rocky Mountain News ran an online article asserting that Obama is both a U.S. and a Kenyan citizen. This turned out to be incorrect according to factcheck.org, which noted that Obama was indeed born a citizen of the United Kingdom and Colonies, CUKC, under British law, by virtue of his descent from a Kenyan father at a time when Kenya was a British colony, but lost CUKC citizenship and became a Kenyan citizen when that country gained independence in 1963. However, Kenya's constitution prohibits dual citizenship in adulthood. Obama therefore automatically lost his Kenyan citizenship on his 23rd birthday in 1984, by failing to formally renounce any non-Kenyan citizenship and swear an oath of allegiance to Kenya. Although the paper apologized for the error and published a correction, the article continued to provide fuel for online rumors about Obama's eligibility for the presidency. Campaigners and proponents. Notable advocates of the view that Obama may not be eligible for the presidency include Philip J. Berg, a Pennsylvania attorney and 9/11 conspiracy theorist. Berg describes himself as a moderate to liberal Democrat who backed Hillary Clinton for president. Another notable advocate is Alan Keyes, who was defeated by Obama in the 2004 Illinois U.S. Senate election, served as a diplomat in the Reagan administration, and is currently a media personality and self-described conservative political activist. Orly Tates, a California dentist and attorney who emigrated from the Soviet Union to Israel, then to the United States, and holds dual U.S. and Israeli citizenship, has been called the Queen Bee of the birthers, because she is often seen as the face of the movement. Other notable advocates include Andy Martin, a perennial candidate who was widely credited with starting the Cyber Whisper campaign that Obama is a secret Muslim, and Robert L. Schultz, a tax protester and activist who placed full-page advertisements in the Chicago Tribune in December 2008 arguing that Obama had been born in Kenya or had subsequently renounced U.S. citizenship. Larry Klayman, founder of both Judicial Watch and Freedom Watch, expressed doubts about Obama's natural-born citizenship. The Constitution Party, a paleoconservative third party, also campaigned for release of Obama's original Longform certificate. In December 2008, Alex Koppelman, a senior writer for Salon, characterized nearly all of the prominent people promoting the story Obama was not eligible to be president, including Jerome Corsi, Philip Berg, Andy Martin, and Robert Schultz, as having a history of conspiracist thought. The website AmericaMustKnow.com encouraged visitors to lobby members of the Electoral College to vote against Obama's confirmation as president and become faithless electors. Electors around the country received numerous letters and emails contending that Obama's birth certificate is a forgery and that he was born in Kenya, and requesting that Obama be denied the presidency. Some of the online campaigners coordinated their efforts with weekly conference calls, in which they discussed the latest news and how to advance the story. The campaign was supported by the conservative World Net Daily, WND, website, which sponsored a letter-writing campaign to the Supreme Court. WND's publisher Joseph Farah has written a number of editorials arguing that Obama's eligibility needs to be confirmed. WND has mounted an advertising campaign, using electronic billboards to ask "Where's the birth certificate?" The talk radio hosts Michael Savage, G. Gordon Liddy, Brian Sussman, Lars Larson, Bob Grant, Jim Quinn, Rose Tennant, Barbara Simpson, Mark Davis, and Fred Grandy have all promoted the ineligibility claims on their radio shows. Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity, and Lou Dobbs have also broached the issue several times on their shows. Savage, during an episode of his nationally syndicated radio show Savage Nation, said that "We're getting ready for the communist takeover of America with a non-citizen at the helm." Some celebrities have promoted or touched upon the ineligibility claims, as well. In August 2009, actor Chuck Norris, while not embracing the eligibility claims, wrote an open letter to Obama urging that he officially release his original birth certificate, saying, "Refusing to post your original birth certificate is an unwise political and leadership decision that is enabling the birther controversy." In December 2010, Baltimore Orioles baseball player Luke Scott asserted in a Yahoo interview that Obama was not born here and that his birth certificate.
Please subscribe and thanks for watching.